Good morning and welcome to the Talk of the Town. My guest this morning is President's Counsel Saliya Pieris. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
The President of the country has levelled a serious allegation against you in Parliament, saying that in 2022, the Bar Association proposal to rectify the political crisis was to orchestrate your appointment as the country's Prime Minister, and that this plan was somehow foiled by Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe coming in as Prime Minister and then President. What is your response to
Yes,
that?
so I have responded to this already that it is an absolute lie. The BSL proposals were never about persons but about policies, and I have categorically said that I, for one, do not sacrifice my principles for the sake of or for the greed of office. So that I think I have categorically replied that. But I must also say that if one looks at the Hansards in Parliament of the 4th of May 2022, you find President Wickremesinghe, who was then a member of Parliament, saying that he is willing to consider these proposals.
Let's speak a bit about the debacle that's currently unfolding with respect to the Constitutional Council, where the President has claimed that the Constitutional Council is a part of the executive and that he will appoint a parliamentary select committee to look into why there are delays in appointments to high office. Could you speak to us about the constitutionality of these statements and also discuss the fact that checks and balances between the three organs of government are essential?
The Constitutional Council acts as a check on the President's powers of appointment. When the President makes a nomination, the Council has to approve. Or for commissions, the Council comes up with the names of the proposed members of the commissions. Now, that is an important check on the President's powers of appointment. Now, merely because the President is unhappy that his choices are not approved by the Constitutional Council, my view is he has no right to bulldoze the Commission and to intimidate the Commission. The Commission has a constitutional role, and it must be protected and enhanced, because that will ensure that persons who are appointed to high office, including like the judges, Attorney General, the Inspector General of Police, and members of and chairpersons of commissions, that the best people are appointed. So the Commission must be allowed, the Constitutional Council must be allowed to function and perform its constitutional role without undue pressure from the executive.
There is a dangerous trend we see unfolding before our very eyes, where the legislature is criticizing the judicial arm of government. We see it happening right now with respect to the Sri Lanka cricket matter. We saw it in the past, for example, in the local government election issue. When parliamentarians use parliamentary privilege to slander judges, thereby instilling fear in judges, what does this look like for judicial independence?
Yes, so judicial independence must be protected. The executive and the legislature must ensure that individual judges are not subject to attack. If there are credible allegations against a judge, those must be investigated and the process must be followed. But subject to that, unreasonably criticizing judges must not be tolerated. On the other hand, the independence of the judiciary also includes the integrity of the judiciary and accountability. The judiciary itself must have a process whereby it protects its integrity and ensures that it is accountable to the people. So we have, as a lawyers collective, we have suggested that there must be a code of ethics which are promulgated by the judiciary so that all judges will be bound by that code of ethics.
Let's speak a bit about several of the laws that have been proposed, including the Online Safety Bill, the Broadcast Regulatory Authority Bill, which is currently under discussion, a draft of which is not in the public domain, the Anti-Terrorism Bill, which is also lurking. All of these have a commonality, which is that they impinge upon freedom of expression. How do you review this aspect?
So these laws are what we have termed them the shut up laws, where people are being told to shut up and sit down by the executive. But what is important is there must be freedom of expression. Now, merely because the court has given a determination does not make the bill all right. For instance, the 18th Amendment to the Constitution, the Supreme Court said it could be passed with a two-thirds majority, but that did not make the 18th Amendment a good law. So the Supreme Court will review only the constitutionality of a bill, but a bill can be bad for many other reasons. And the bills which suppress freedom of dissent, we must understand it in the context, the Sri Lankan context, where we have found the laws like the PTA, the ICCP are being misused by the authorities. Even the normal, ordinary law is misused by the police. So special laws trying to curb freedom of expression, trying to curb dissent, ought not to be permitted.
All right. Thank you very much, President's Counsel Saliya Pieris. Thank you for your time. Thank you, and it's back to the studio.